Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Per your request, let me show you what we're working on today. Some of you guys, I don't know what the deal is, complaining about the chain stretch. The OEM chain from the factory stretches. I have not experienced that at all. Just let me make that abundantly clear. I've got about 2,000 miles on the bike, and I have not experienced any of that with this chain. So maybe they corrected it in the 2022 model year because it was a big complaint on when the bike first came out. But I have not experienced that. However, you guys have been making requests, so this is just something I'm going to add to the channel just for fun. So you'll notice here on your swing arm, you've got these two little mounting points, which look kind of suspicious, right? Well, if you go to the KTM Power Parts catalog, we've got a chain guard, and there is a part number right there. And we've got the KTM Power Parts chain that is designed for the 390 Adventure. You can also use this on any of the KTM powered 373cc powered bikes because they use the same amount of links. If I remember correctly, when I was looking this up, it listed multiple models. So I think the RC390 and the 401 Spark Pylon will probably work with this chain as well. It is bright KTM orange though, so I don't know. It might look nice on the RC390, but I don't know about the Spark Pylon. Anyhow, we got the chain, we got the chain guard, and then we've got a little chain tool here that I've never used before, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. I will leave links in the description to all of these. This is a very basic mod. A lot of people have done it before. I've seen a couple other YouTubers cover it, but I'm going to cover it as well. So it's pretty basic. Easier if you have the center stand, then you don't have to get your Husqvarna race stand down to lift the back of the bike up. I really like that center stand, by the way. T-Rex did a great job with that. That was covered in a previous video. If you're interested and you're new to the channel, I create playlists for all of my builds. So if you're looking for something, click on the playlist view. There's thumbnails and descriptions of each video as you go down through the playlist there, which makes it easier to find something if you're looking for something. It's not foolproof, it's not guaranteed, because a lot of the videos they have so much information in them I can't get it all in the description that's allowed, but I try my best. But other than that, let's get started on this. All right, guys. What can I tell you about this? Well, for whatever reason, and I'm guessing it's because this chain works on a lot of different bikes, it has 120 links instead of 118. I don't know why, but I had to remove 2 links to get it to fit like the factory one. So just something to keep in mind if you get a KTM powerparts chain, XW ring chain. You will have to take a couple links out of it to fit on the 390 Adventure. The other thing you want to keep in mind is there's a little diagram here. Make sure you follow this very carefully. If you don't, your chain could fall apart and have catastrophic failure while you're riding it. And everybody knows what happens when your chain flies off on your bike. You can pretty much die if it comes off and locks up on the rear wheel, or if it locks up your transmission, or whatever the case may be. The outcome is never good. So be very cognizant of following this diagram that comes with the main link. Also, you are going to need some sort of a press to cap that master link, because this is a press fit before you can get your clip on, your safety clip. So this kit worked fine. You're basically just using the press plate and the little press down there to get those pins to come all the way through that top plate, and then you can get your clip slid on there. That clip is really tight, by the way. You may have noticed in the time lapse it took me a couple tries to get that on there. Yeah, and then as far as measuring your chain tension, I usually use this. It's an old Pittsburgh caliper, and I basically go between these 2 points. So on the slider and then on the swing arm. Go between there and make both sides match. Make sure your chain has just a little bit of slack in it. Now this is going to initially stretch, so I made it a little bit tighter than what the factory recommends. So the other thing to do is, after 100 miles or so, is just check it again and retension it, and then it should be good to go. You shouldn't have to monkey with it. You can check it at oil changes and whatnot, but just something to keep an eye on. And like I said, my original chain was fine. It did not stretch, and in fact, at 2,000 miles, it was still flinging factory grease. So I know there's a big argument between chain maintenance and whatnot. These XW or X-ring or O-ring chains, they come so waxy and greased from the factory that basically the only thing you should need to ever do with them is just clean them. Adding lubrication and stuff to it is, it's up to you, but remember that inside each of those O-rings there's a bunch of grease, and maybe eventually that all comes out, but for 2, 3, 4,000 miles it's probably not going to do a whole lot. But yeah, not a bad install. Took me maybe an hour and a half, and it was pretty straightforward. This guide that's down here is supposed to prevent failure. If your chain does break or whatever, it will maintain its alignment on the sprocket instead of flying into your leg or whatnot. It's also a guard so that if you hit, I don't know what you would hit, maybe a sticker or something would try to get lodged in between there. This would prevent it from doing that. It's just kind of a nice little guide to have on there, and the bike was set up for it, so why not get it? I will leave links in the description for all of this stuff, but I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you are a fan of the LMTV build series, we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on Able and adding a couple small things. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. I've covered that before, but I will continually keep providing that information to the LMTV community because I think it's worthwhile. And you can kind of keep track from the time I got the truck until right now what the upkeep is like on one of them. So I always try to be transparent like that. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.